everybody, welcome back to Puppets and Predictions. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Matt.
And let's talk the movies. This past weekend had a great opening weekend for Logan. It's clawed its way up to $88 million for its opening weekend.
Yeah, it clawed it. I'm not giving you that one.
Already took it.
And then Get Out fell an astounding 15%, which is it's incredible, you know? It made $28 million this past weekend.
So good. I couldn't believe it did that well myself. The Shack also came out this past weekend. That exceeded expectations with a $16 million box office. And we had Before I Fall, which also came out last weekend, which underperformed expectations with a $4.7 million box office take.
Coming in for this weekend's predictions, we've got number 10 with 50 Shades Darker, which we think is going to go down 62% in week 5. We think it's going to make $1.4 million.
$1.4 million, not a huge take for that, but it is week 5 and it's after Valentine's Day, which was when this movie was marketed for.
Absolutely.
Right after that, we have The Great Wall coming in at number 9 in its week 4 with a box office take of $1.6 million. Just a little bit more than 50 Shades Darker. This bottom kind of section of movies is definitely going to be a close race between them. What do we got at number 8?
Number 8 is Hidden Figures in its 12th week. We think it's going to go down 48% and make $2 million this weekend.
Still really good for week 2. It hasn't fallen out of the top 10 yet.
It's week 12.
Shit. Week 12 of Hidden Figures hasn't fallen out of the top 10.
It's very impressive.
Good job, guys. All right, next up we have Before I Fall in its week 2. We're thinking a steep drop for this film this week. We're thinking a 54% drop. So we're going to compare it to a few movies. We have The Host, which was also a novel book that was adapted in March 2013, and it had a second week drop of 51%. And we also have Big Miracle, came out February 2012, and that had a 49.2% drop. And what we're projecting for Before I Fall in week 2, like I said, is a 54% drop with a $2.1 million take.
There you have it, folks. Number 6 is John Wick 2 in its 5th week. We think it's going to go down 44% and make $2.7 million.
All I have to say for that is...
Oh, God.
Get 2 gunshots for $2 million.
Okay, sure, I get it. I don't like it. Coming in at number 5 after that, we've got Lego Batman in its 5th week, going down 35%. We think it's going to make $7.6 million.
Yeah, we see a bit of a jump here between 6 and 5. We go from $2.7 million to 7.6. There's definitely a big difference. It's top heavy this week. So.
Yes, for sure.
All right, and then coming in at number 4, we have The Shack in its 2nd week.
Oh, The Shack. Is that the one that's it's the biopic about Radio Shack during the period where they renamed themselves The Shack?
Yes, it's that actually. It's that exact film. It's kind of a shame this missed Oscar season. We thought The Copier was going to be up for Best Supporting Actor, and Clerk number 4 was definitely a contender for lead.
For sure.
We're going to compare The Shack to a few films. We have Heaven is Real, which is also a religious film that came out in April 2014, had a second week drop of 36.3%. Also, we have Miracles from Heaven, which came out last March 2016, and had a 35.6% drop. We think this movie is going to have an even bigger drop because its first weekend overperformed a bunch. It has bigger room to drop next week. Less people are probably going to see it if they see it opening weekend. We think it's going to have a 49% drop and make $8.2 million. That's what we're saying about The Shack.
You know what I had to say about number 3?
What do you have to say?
Get out!
Get out of here.
That's called a lack of joke. We're going to compare that to Gone Girl, which in its 3rd week dropped 33.7%. We're going to compare it to The Conjuring, which in its 3rd week dropped 41.3%. And with... Sorry, that's actually it. So we think that in its 3rd week, Get Out is going to drop 33% and make $18.9 million.
Yeah, after that astounding 15% drop in the first week, we are definitely projecting another smaller drop. 33 isn't bad for the 3rd week, and 18.9 is awesome.
Absolutely, especially for the 3rd week for a horror movie.
For a low-budget horror movie that made like 10, 20 times its budget the first week. All right, so coming in at number 2, we have Logan.
Oh, you said we weren't going to talk about it.
God.
It made $88 million last week. How are we not going to talk about this film?
I guess it makes me cry when you even bring it up. Oh,
You cry about everything.
I'm sorry. I need to go away from this.
You cried at the Great Wall. You cried at Fist Fight when Fist Fight dropped out of the top 10.
Why do you keep bringing this up? I'm sorry.
We're going to compare this film to Days of Future Past. Came out in May 2014. Second week drop of 64%. And Doctor Strange, which came out in November, of course. 49.5% drop for that film. And then we also have Thor the Dark World, which came out in November 2013 and had a 57% drop. So what we're projecting for Logan this week
Oh, God.
is a 53% drop with $41.6 million. This is a higher projection than most people are making, but the R-rated tag, Wolverine's last film, and being a damn good film, is going to give it 3 thumbs up.
And then at number 1, we've got our good buddy King Kong's coming back in Kong Skull Island on its opening weekend.
Ranch dressing has arrived.
What the heck? When did you...
They call me ranch dressing, and I am gonna do some guessing.
Oh God, this is the worst bit we've done.
We will be comparing Kong Skull Island to King Kong 2005. That had an opening weekend take of 50 million. We will also compare it to Mad Max Fury Road, opening weekend, 45 million. Lastly, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, which made 54.8 million. We project Kong Skull Island will make 48.5 million.
This is horrible in every way.
Alright, and that's the box office, guys.
Yeah, that's it.
Now let's go to our last segment of the day, the final word.
The final word.
My final word this week is Serkis, in tribute to Andy Serkis and his awesome performance in King Kong 2005.
Oh my God, is that real?
Yeah, isn't that great?
That's wonderful.
Man,
I'm really surprised I never saw that.
God bless you, Andy Serkis. You are the king of motion capture.
Yeah, speaking of king, my final word is going to be hashtag Return of the King.
King Kong is back.
He's back, baby.
He is back. Alright, and that's everything, folks. Thanks for tuning in, and see you next week.
Have a great week, everybody.